Good morning. Today is Thursday, September 26th, 2024. The time now is 8:42. Praise God I woke up. Praise God I got some sleep. This morning I'm listening to I Still Believe by Jeremy Camp. I love this song. I love Jeremy Camp. Let me share some lyrics with you this morning. Scattered words and empty thoughts seem to pour from my heart. I've never felt so torn before. Seems I don't know where to start, but it's now that I feel your grace like rain from every fingertip washing away my pain. 'Cause I still believe in your faithfulness. 'Cause I believe in your truth. 'Cause I believe in your holy word. Because even when I don't see, I still believe. Sometimes God takes his time to show up. And that's where having faith comes in. And you've got to keep praying and you just don't stop. I'm going to read to you this morning some things about faith. Bear with me, I'm flipping. First, I'm going to start in Hebrews 11. It's about great examples of faith. Here we go. Faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. Through faith, the people in the days of old earned a good reputation. By faith, we understand that the entire universe was formed at God's command, and that what we now see did not come from anything that can be seen. Okay, next I'm going to go into Romans 10. Here we go. Dear brothers and sisters, the longing of my heart and my prayer to God is for the people of Israel to be saved. I know what enthusiasm they had for God, but it is misdirected zeal. For they don't understand God's way of making people right with himself. Refusing to accept God's way, they cling to their own way of getting right with God by trying to keep the law, the Ten Commandments. For Christ has already accomplished the purpose for which the law was given. As a result, all who believe in him are made right with God. Salvation is for everyone. For Moses writes that the law's way of making a person right with God requires obedience to all of its commands. But faith's way of getting right with God says, don't say in your heart, who will go up to heaven to bring Christ down to earth? And don't say, who will go down to the place of the dead? In fact, it says, the message is very close at hand. It is on the lips and in your heart. And that message is the very message about faith that we preach. If you openly declare that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is by believing in your heart that you are made right with God, and it is by openly declaring your faith that you are saved. As the scriptures tell us, anyone who trusts in him will never be disgraced. Jew and Gentiles are the same in this respect. They have the same Lord who gives generously to all who call on him. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. But how can we call on him to save them unless they believe? And how can they believe in him if they've never heard about him? And how can they who have never heard hear about him unless someone tells them? And how will anyone go tell them without being sent? This is why the scriptures say, how beautiful are the feet of the messengers of those who bring the good news. Share the gospel with anyone you can. It's important. Everyone knows about Jesus. Not everyone welcomes the good news, for Isaiah the prophet said, Lord, who has believed our message? So faith comes from hearing, that is, hearing the good news about Christ. But I ask you, have the people of Israel actually heard the message? Yes, they have. And later Isaiah spoke boldly for God, saying, I was found by people who were not looking for me. I showed myself to those who were not asking. Seek and ye shall find. Seek the Lord with your whole heart, mind, body, and soul. He will show up. Have a good day.